It's interesting to note that when I spoke to Jameel Hill yesterday, of course, the 2018 featherweight champion, unable to compete this weekend, I asked him, who do you see make it into the final? And he said he sees Saggioro in the final. His nickname is Cascal, which means a little basic, looks like a clash of head there. Looks like Saggioro may have taken a headbutt right on the nose in the opening 15 seconds of this match. That's extremely unfortunate. Marcio Andre, he looks concerned.
There we go.
See if we can see this again. It looks like he's going to continue. Yep, Saggioro is going to continue.
Boom, look at that.
There it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Man. I mean, like, it was just one of those complete accidents. It was completely unintentional from Marcio Andre. But
absolutely.
And I'm just really pleased that we are back underway.
Yeah.
But the Marcio Andre, a phenomenal competitor, World Championship silver medalist in 2016. So Rafa Mendes, he's I believe, a 3-time European champion, a fantastic competitor.
Yeah, he's got beautiful side-to-side passing. His guard passing goes one way.
But this is Saggioro's game right here. This half guard coming up into the single leg with the lapel through the legs. This is one of his best attacking positions. Look for him to duck his head in between underneath the hips if he isn't able to finish that. Almost coming up, but great work by Marcio Andre. That's actually 2 points to Marcio Andre, and it's important to explain why. They've changed the rules this year so that Saggioro was the one to initiate the sweep. He came up from the bottom with that position, looking to take Marcio Andre down. They were on their feet for a period of 3 seconds. Then, when they went back to the mat, regardless of who initiated the return, whether it was Saggioro pulling or whether it was Marcio Andre putting Saggioro down, the 2 points gets awarded to the person who is on top when they return to the mat.
Yes. That's a big, big difference in the rules.
Changes the game,
right?
That
changes the game. It makes coming up from the guard much more, not risky, but you certainly don't have the advantage that you did have.
Because you can't take any chances. If you're going to come up, you've got to make sure you can finish it.
You got to make sure you can finish it, because in past, like, you could come up and get thrown, completely thrown, and have nothing happen, and now that's really changed the tactics and strategy that might be necessary if you're somebody like this, where you like that lapel single.
Straight back into this position, though. He's got the half guard. He's got the lapel through the legs. The Brazilians in Portuguese, they like to call that the dental floss, referencing those string bikinis. But it's a great attacking position, and he's got a really good pant grip with his far hands. We can't quite see it right here, but Marcio Andre, look at the way he controls that bottom leg. It's stopping Saggioro from hipping out or from coming up to his feet. That's an amazing situational awareness there by Marcio Andre, I gotta say.
And I think that's sort of a real defining factor of Marcio Andre is how intelligent he is with those type of things. They're little, and you wouldn't see it unless you go, oh yeah, he's stopping the knee from coming up, which is completely stopped. It's crucial, and then that's what you get when you have a guy like that. It looks like, why is he not coming up? Well, he's got that bottom leg. He can't.
And it's interesting as well that Marcio Andre, he is passing to Saggioro's preferred side as well. You know, this is Saggioro's A game. This is what he does so well. We saw him at the European Championships earlier this year. Saggioro swept Paulo Miao with this exact same position. He got up to his knees, put his head down underneath the hips, bumped him up, dumped him down twice in the same match. That Marcio Andre has been able to hang out here for nearly 4 minutes and deny Saggioro that sweep. Very significant, but here we see Saggioro ducking his head in between the legs. That little peekaboo, here he comes. There it is. A-game sweep right there. Saggioro, 2 points on the board. Finally gets it after a solid 4 minutes of effort.
Yeah, and you called it earlier where you said he's going to duck his head under the legs, and you saw him just scissor and snap the grip off that Marcio Andre had. And now the thing about that that sweep for him is it puts him in that over-under pass, which is so good. Wow, look at that.
Marcio Andre, though, so dynamic from bottom.
Yeah.
And to be honest, he's going to need it because Saggioro, I mean, you could probably tell right here, his game is all about that. It's that heavy, low passing pressure. And you know, it's interesting that he is a former teammate, a friend, training partner, and you can see it immediately when I mention this, that you'd see it in his game of Bernardo Faria.
You don't say. I could guess.
He's like a smaller Bernardo Faria.
Yes.
It's almost identical, right? That half guard position, that smashing pressure from top. It's incredible how similar they are technically, and yet how different they are physically.
That's it. There he's jumping back over to the over-under. He's going to need to put at least an advantage on the board. Got a lot of time to do it.
Marcio Andre, though, I mean, he is very well known for his flexibility, right? And just an incredibly active, dynamic guard from bottom.
Yeah. Trying to thread this left foot inside that bicep over there.
What does Marcio Andre need to do to get his legs back whether they're really useful? Because right now he's pretty much only got his thighs and his hips to work with, right?
Yeah, when the legs got to come off the shoulders, number one. And then when the head is down, the feet can loop in like that, like he's doing. But you've got to, it's a wise grip he's got on the sleeves because you got to watch the over-under. I mean, when you wedge the legs in like that, you give up an over-under situation, which is where Saggioro's trying to get to now, but what's stopping that is Andre has a grip of the sleeves under there. Oh, now he's lost it, but he should circle this left foot in front of the head right now.
Saggioro looking to run around the side. And it's interesting that this obviously is the maybe the classic pressure passing game that many people are familiar with, but it's very different. Incredibly different, actually, to the pressure passing game that, for example, that we saw from Miao earlier.
Yes.
And not to say that it's any less effective, but would you class this more of an old school thing? Sure?
Yeah, this is, and the thing about the double unders pass is it can eat away a lot of time, because Marcio Andre is with what he's worried about with that over under pass. He can't really let go of the sleeves. It's dangerous for him to let go of the sleeves. If you don't let go of the sleeves, when the hips are up, the butterfly hook's got to come in. When the head is up, the legs pummel in front of the face. But if his legs go in as the butterfly guard, that gives Saggioro that over-under pass. So he's in a little predicament here. The thing that's good for Marcio Andre is he's winning by an advantage. So Saggioro's going to have to take some sort of risk to free one of those grips. Potentially, maybe he can try to dump Marcio Andre. He might bring a knee up the middle to try to break a grip and then move to over-under.
Just driving forward. Yeah. The flexibility of Marcio Andre, a huge factor in this match. But look at that head down, literally head to head there.
Yeah, because Marcio's doing the right thing. He's got the legs off of the shoulders, off the traps, down by the elbows. Again, hands on the sleeves for him is a great idea because if you don't have those sleeves, he's gonna go from double unders to an over-under. See, he's trying to step over the foot to get to the over-under, is Saggioro.
Johnny Apollinario from Alianza International.
He tries to dump him.
Please report to ring coordinator.
Great awareness by Marcio Andre there. Saw that coming. The moment that he popped up to his feet, I think Marcio Andre read that situation very well. So it's interesting to see that Marcio Andre at certain times, he got that spider grip back in there for a fraction of a second and able to use that lever. But Marcio Andre, he's doing so much work in pushing Saggioro away with his thighs, with his legs. But the moment that Saggioro popped up, he did the complete opposite, and he crunched up, knees to chest, stay small, denied him that pass. Saggioro, though, is absolutely relentless. Just a bulldog, just going forward non-stop. It must be so draining to be on bottom, to be Marcio Andre here. Just constantly have to fight that off.
And if he's just there, he goes, he pummels the legs in. If the head comes in, you pummel the legs in. The head stays down, you go into the butterfly guard center. But yeah, it's. I mean, if you're not him, you could get. He's just so comfortable in those scenarios, but it's exhausting.
This is good work from Saggioro here, looking to run around the side. Switches it now to a back attack. Whoa. Great flip there by Marcio Andre. Fantastic twist of the hips. Puts it into the close guard, and with 20 seconds remaining in this match here, up one advantage. Going to be near impossible for Saggioro to score this back. That was an amazing move there by Marcio Andre right at the end of this match here. So smart. Man, Saggioro, though, relentless, refusing to give up. Dying seconds of this match, but unable to claw back.
So Marcio will slide through. The story of that was really the grips on the sleeves there. Saggioro couldn't go from double unders to over under and get that A pass for him coming. And Marcio Andre was just very patient. I mean, he could have easily got impatient there, but knew where he was in the score, knew what Saggioro wanted to do, and just held his patience. And
man, Marcio Andre looks fired up. He looks happy with that, and
does.
he should be. That was a tough win, and he's going to go through next to face off with Isaac Duerdeline in the semi-final of this featherweight division. On the other side will be the semi-final is halfway done. We got Queixinho and the last quarterfinal still running, so we'll have to wait and see. But Marcio Andre goes through after that. Very, very tough win over Leonardo Saggioro. Here comes the replay.
There's the headbutt early.
Yeah,
but
that was so unfortunate, but it's so lucky that Cascao was able to continue. He's still holding his nose now, but here is that sweep, that pick up and dump. And the flexibility, the movement, that spider guard. And here's the spin. Let's take a look at this little escape here from Marcio Andre. Fantastic work from the young Brazilian. Now living